welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Megan and I'm a 26-year-old mom to two awesome little kiddos. My son Rowan is 2 and this is Juniper. She is 1 month old and today we are doing her 1 month update and my 1 month postpartum update too. I know what the people want to see. First of all, look at this sweet girl. Cutest baby ever. I'm very biased. So technically it's been 29 days, but I figured close enough. I was really excited to sit down and film this and tell you all about Miss Juniper. This girl is an angel baby. My son Rowan was such a difficult newborn and I was like really bracing myself for the same thing this time around, and she has been the easiest baby. I know that probably doesn't make you the most popular mom on the internet right now because you're all sitting there like, oh, good for you, easy baby. But believe me, we had to work for it with Rowan. So I'm just really thankful that she's been so easy. She is such a good sleeper. She's still up like every 3 hours at night to eat, sometimes stretched to like 3.5 or 4. But she goes right back down to sleep afterward, which is so nice. Rowan did not do that. So I'm very thankful to be getting a little bit more sleep. She naps really well, which is really great. And she's just like so easygoing. She will sleep in the car, which we did not have the first time around. So that's been really awesome because we've been able to get out and about a little bit more easily. So starting with her birth, she was born really quickly. If you haven't seen the birth vlog, I would highly recommend watching it because I don't know, maybe it's just special to me, but I feel like it's a really special video. I experienced the fetal ejection reflex with her. So like I didn't even really technically push her out. It was like 4 minutes from me being like, oh, I think the baby is coming to she was born. And because of that, she didn't have a lot of time to get like the muck out. And so at first when she was like a few days old, she was really mucky. We were thinking it was just because of that. As time went on and she was still kind of like struggling to breathe, we were having some chest retractions, which was so scary. We realized that she was actually sick. Poor little thing had a cold. So I don't know if she was just like born with a cold, if that's possible, or if she caught something in the hospital, but she was so congested. And that was the biggest issue in like our first week. She was a good sleeper automatically, which was really great, but we were noticing her really struggling to breathe. We had to take her to urgent care and they had to like hook her up to the like snot sucker thing that attaches to the wall, which was so sad. She hated it and they were sure that it was RSV because they were like, oh my gosh, the amount of snot we just got out of this tiny baby is like ridiculous. This has to be RSV. So she got tested for COVID, the flu, and RSV, and it was none of those things. So it must have just been a cold. We were using the like little Neilmed like nasal aspirator on her every couple hours with saline spray and monitoring her oxygen levels. So that was kind of like our biggest hurdle when she was born. Luckily she's feeling a lot better now, but man, it just really sucks to see your newborn struggling with that. I would not wish that on any parents. Oh, I'm getting so distracted by her because she's so sweet. The other thing that we were dealing with was we got off to a little bit of a rocky start with her breastfeeding journey. You may have heard me talk about this before, so apologies if you have, but she had a really shallow latch and it caused me a lot of pain and my nipples got all blistery and bloody and it was not a pretty picture. So we actually spent about 24 hours pumping and bottle feeding her when she was, I think, 4 days old, just to give me a chance to heal. And then we went in to see a lactation consultant at the hospital. They just do like a routine follow-up appointment like a few days after your baby's born. And that was so helpful. We were able to correct some positioning stuff and really fixed her latch. And it was like a 180 turn. Everything was like totally fine after that. And I'm really thankful that we made the decision to pump and bottle feed her because I felt really guilty about it, which is so dumb because I would never, ever in a million years judge another mom based on how she chooses to feed her baby. But when it was me, like I felt a lot of shame around not being able to directly breastfeed her. And I really had to talk myself through that. And that's something that I wanted to share because it's easy to be kind to your friends. It's harder to be kind to yourself, I think. So just wanted to share that was something that I struggled with and we struggled with. Milestones wise, the biggest thing that has really shocked us with her is she started rolling over during tummy time when she was 3 days old. It was not a fluke. She has continued to do it this whole time. So girlfriend is strong.
She just She just rolled
No,
over.
she did not.
She just rolled over. She's 3 days old. She's 3 days old. She just rolled over.
Makes it really hard to do tummy time, but I know we've been doing some tricks like doing it on our chests or propping her trunk up on a nursing pillow, and that's been helping a little bit. But she's like even almost able to roll from back to tummy, which I'm like, no, don't do that, because then we have to unswaddle you, and that's not something I want to do before she's developmentally ready. We had to do it early with Rowan because he started rolling over so early, and it was so tough with sleep. So fingers crossed that she doesn't figure that out. I am so shocked that she seems to have blue eyes, which is so fun for me because everybody always says like Rowan's Matt's twin, he looks just like Matt. So like for her to have a little piece that looks a little bit like me was really exciting. I'm hoping that they stay, because I know sometimes babies can have like, you know, baby blues and then they turn brown, but they look really blue. And they have a little ring of green around the middle, which is like the same as mine. So I'm hoping that she inherited my eyes, but we'll see. Weight-wise, she has gained weight really well. I haven't weighed her in about a week, I think. Has it been like a week? The last time I weighed her, she was at 8 pounds, 3.5 ounces, which was up from 6 pounds, 14 ounces was her birth weight. And that happened within like 2.5 to 3 weeks. So that was really exciting that she's gaining weight well. We got the go ahead from the doctor to not have to wake her in the middle of the night to feed her. I'm still waking her during the day to make sure she gets all her feedings in because she loves to sleep. She would sleep all day if we let her. This isn't necessarily her update, but I know you guys have been curious about how it's going with her and Rowan, and I'm so thankful to say that we have had no issues so far with like jealousy or anything like that. Matt's parents, my in-laws, have been over a lot and giving him a lot of love and attention, and so he like loves Sissy and he's excited to see her. He asks for her sometimes in the morning. He wants to give her kisses, and he likes to be helpful, so he wants to like bring her diapers or her binky, but for the most part, he's like kind of not super affected by the fact that she's here. We've been working really hard on that whole like don't blame the baby thing, which is tough because like when I'm nursing her and Rowan, you know, wants me to play with him, it's like second nature to be like, oh, I can't right now, I'm feeding Sissy. But I've been trying to be like, I'm so excited to play with you. Give me 10 minutes to finish what I'm doing and then we'll play, you know, with your truck or whatever. And I think that's been helping because he doesn't correlate her arrival with a loss of attention. Yeah, it's been going really smoothly. I know like the newborn stage is never easy. Like you're low on sleep and, you know, you've got the witching hour where they cry and you don't know why. And like, that's all very normal. But compared to how difficult Rowan was, it's just gone really smoothly. And I'm really, really thankful for that. Like she's just a little angel dream baby. I also wanted to give you guys kind of a postpartum update because I am 1 month postpartum. Just a little bit of background on my delivery and where my postpartum journey started. I had an unmedicated labor with her. I was in like pre-labor for about 5 hours and active labor for about 5 hours. And like I said, I experienced the fetal ejection reflex, so my like pushing stage was almost non-existent. And I am so thankful that I didn't tear this time around, so I didn't need any stitches. If you take one thing away from this video, it is do the perineal massages starting at 37 weeks. If you don't know what that is, highly recommend Googling it. Basically, you like stretch out, or your partner, Matt did it for me, stretches out down there like 3 times a week for 5 minutes, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it made a huge difference. And I almost feel like I like skipped postpartum because I didn't have any stitches and I wasn't like having to use the dermaplast spray and the tux pads, and like I was feeling much more normal, much quicker than I did when I had 2 tears with Rowan. So that's been absolutely amazing. So thankful for that and really glad that we put the time into doing the perineal massage because I definitely think that's what made the difference. I also didn't feel the ring of fire at all because of that. So that was awesome. The biggest hiccup that I had with postpartum, and I was vlogging this day, it was the first like 24 hours home with a newborn video. So if you've seen that, you already know, but I passed a massive blood clot when we first got home. And like, that was super scary. And you know, your hormones are already going crazy. So I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like Juniper will never know me, and like just spiraling. Called the nurse advice line. Turned out it was totally fine. It was a one-time thing. I wasn't hemorrhaging or anything. There was no retained placenta, but it was scary. So that was kind of like the biggest like scary thing. You know, I had all the normal postpartum struggles like dealing with engorgement from breastfeeding and the nipple pain from early breastfeeding days and all of that. But that was the only thing that I felt like I wasn't really prepared for that was really scary. I'm going to talk about weight here a little bit. So if that's something you're sensitive to, consider this a trigger warning. You might want to skip ahead like a minute if you don't want to hear about that stuff. I personally struggle with body image and weight and all of that. So I feel like I should talk about it because it was something that really stressed me out during my pregnancy. I was really worried because I was gaining a lot more weight than I did with Rowan. I think I gained about 35 pounds with him and I gained like 47 or something with her. And it really freaked me out and I really struggled with body image, and my body is definitely very different now than it was before having a baby. I'll insert a shot here so you guys can see kind of what I look like 1 month postpartum. Okay, so this is what I'm looking like 1 month postpartum, wearing my bump picture undies. Definitely still have like little mom belly going, and I've especially noticed like my arms are a little tight in some of my clothes and my legs. I have just like gone to the thrift store and bought bigger sizes of pants because I feel like that's way easier emotionally than like trying to squeeze into your old clothes. So I highly recommend quick trip to the thrift store, spend 20 bucks and get like a new pair of shorts and a new pair of jeans, and that's been really great and pretty affordable. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys completely honestly and unfiltered. This is what I'm looking like. You can see I have quite a few stretch marks, which is totally fine. 1 month postpartum. It's only been 4 weeks, so I haven't been cleared to exercise. There's not really anything that I'm doing. I think it's going to be a slow process to like fit into my old clothes, which I definitely do not right now. If I even ever get there, like my body might not be the same after this. And that's something I'm trying to accept because it was a big change and a big thing that it went through. And if it's a little different, like that's very understandable. In general, though, I'm just feeling really good. I've been taking walks around the neighborhood and enjoying, you know, being less uncomfortable. I'm sleeping better. I always say that I sleep better during the newborn stage than I do during the 3rd trimester of pregnancy, and that has been true this time as well. I'm enjoying being able to bend down to pick things up and stretch my legs fully in the morning. I actually have a list going on my phone of all the things I'm appreciating about not being pregnant anymore. It's like a weird gratitude list, but hey, any kind of gratitude is good, right? Bleeding wise, I'm pretty sure I'm done bleeding. Like as of a couple days ago, I haven't bled at all in the last like 2 or 3 days. So we'll see if it comes back or if it's all done. But it did take me pretty much a full 4 weeks. But yeah, it's nice to not be in, you know, giant pads anymore. Panty liners are cutting it at this point, which has been great. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for our little 1 month update. I will definitely continue to do things and share her milestones and how I'm doing over the next few months. So if you want to join us on that journey, please hit that subscribe button. Would love to have you here as a friend on our channel. But yeah, we love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all with the next one. Bye!